Oh, hello, Gemini. Welcome to Dove and Serpent Tarot. My name is Paul. Thank you so much for joining me here today. If Gemini is your sun, moon, or rising sign, this is your tarot card reading. Remember to hit the like button, leave a comment, consider subscribing to the channel, especially if this reading resonates with you. If there is anything you would like me to pray over or meditate upon or send positive energy toward, please let me know. Now, this is going to be a general reading, so try to be open and receptive to whatever may come through during our time together. I am merely the messenger. And I ask you to connect directly with each of these cards and use your own intuition to take you beyond the details that I might provide. And remember, Gemini, that the most important part of any tarot reading is you. I've got a Two of Swords here. I feel like you're the kind of person that, usually you make very quick decisions, Gemini is kind of known for having two sides to themselves, And that's kind of what this card shows, there's one part of you that kind of wants to go that way, another part of you wants to go that way. But I feel like you're very good at finding the sort of middle road, finding the right road for you, even if it's not as easy or as conventional as left or right. There's something in the middle. There's something above, right? It's not that, it's kind of like when you see two options, you start kind of looking for that transcendent option, that you're not going to be limited by just the two choices that you're being given in any situation, right? But I kind of feel like right now you're maybe having some trouble to find this alternative sort of path, right? Because maybe there is that fork in the road. There is this sort of divergence of paths for you. You can go this way or this way, but you don't like to be limited by that. And who came up with these choices anyway, left or right? So I feel like you're kind of right now, you're struggling to tap into that intuitive energy that's going to show you not which of these two paths you should take, but maybe which path you should create. Yeah, which path you make for yourself. Yeah. I feel like your mind is distracted by something right now. And I kind of getting the feeling that you're missing somebody. Like you miss somebody. Yeah. Let's put this card into some context. Okay, let's see what else is going on. Let's see what other energies we've got here today. Got a Hanged Man. Yeah, the Hanged Man sort of feels like, not that we've given up. It's not a giving up energy. It kind of feels that we're just sort of, honestly, it feels sort of like a state of mourning to me, right? And it kind of is like when we know we have this sort of, these life choices that we need to make, but for right now, we're sort of suspending our actions, suspending our choices, and we're in these feelings. And it feels to me like you are sort of missing somebody. I don't know if somebody close to you has recently transitioned into spirit. They could be maybe a Leo person. I'm getting a C or a K name for somebody, maybe an older male energy, maybe a father figure, grandfather, uncle, older sibling, something like that. Eight of Cups, yeah. Yeah, I feel that this was a person that had a lot of, they were very significant to you. I feel like they didn't teach you a lot of things, but they kind of showed you how to live, I think they had a really strong, robust energy. They may have been in the military. I'm even kind of feeling like a Coast Guard thing for them. Something with water, anyway. But they had a very maybe eccentric personality. Yeah. I'm feeling that they weren't always the most cheerful person. They had a very dry sense of humor that, like, you even when you would talk to them, you never really knew if they were joking because they always had the straight face, But I think for some reason, you've really been thinking about them a lot lately. Okay. Now, I could be wrong in some of the details. Okay, of course. I don't think every single one of you has lost that older male energy, or is missing someone in that way, right? Let's put the rest of our cards out here. Yeah, we got the Three of Swords too. I don't think it's something recent. Here's the Eight of Wands, Four of Cups. There's the Knight of Cups and the Lover's card. It could be, I think it's a family member. It could be a romantic partner, could be your spouse or something like that. Okay, I feel that they are a little bit older than you. I feel that they were always good at making money. They always sort of thought ahead. So whatever happened, I feel like they sort of planned for things to be okay even after they were gone. Right. Let's select the mystery card, bonus card, confirmation card. This is a random card from the Smith-Waite Tarot. This is the factor infinite and unknown. And we're just going to set it down over here. We're going to put our octopus right on top. And this is a new member of our little family of friends here. We need a name for the octopus. I don't have a name. My daughter literally just gave that to me yesterday. So if you have a name, if you want to suggest something, put it down in the comments. If you think you know what that mystery card is going to be, put it down in the comments. Okay? Let's work together. Let's practice our intuition. Okay? Now, let's look around the room. We've got our major, three major arcana energies. We have a little bit of fire. We've got some water. We've got our air. And we've got a little bit of earth energy back here. It feels to me like you have been on a path. That path is now interrupted. And I don't think it's interrupted by anything happening right now, today. I think it's being interrupted by, maybe it's an anniversary, maybe it's a birthday or something that's sort of coming back around again. That is sort of giving you pause in life to kind of go through these feelings again. Okay. Now, maybe someone didn't transition into spirit. Maybe this is that you're missing, someone that you had a relationship with that is no longer in your life. Okay. I feel that it is an older male energy, but it doesn't have to be very much older. And I am getting the C or the K name. I feel that they were very good at making money, very good at planning ahead. And they may even have a military connection. The Hanged Man that we see is really you sort of, it's kind of like you're at university or something, right? And you're in the middle of your studies, but then something happens back home and you just sort of have to leave school. You're sort of putting it on hold to go and be with your family, It feels like that. It feels that we have suspended the progress that we were making so that we can feel the feelings that we're in, that we can deal with this emotional situation. Okay. I feel like this person sort of liked to talk about politics. That's one subject I don't touch on this show. But I feel that they sort of did, and they had very strong opinions about stuff, right? That they really, don't get them started, because once you do, they'll really let you have it. To the point where they probably even sort of like rubbed some people the wrong way with some of their opinions, But they also had that sort of dry humor that I think is kind of it's a nice mix of energies there. I feel like something happened with the heart. Yeah, something happened with the heart. But the Hanged Man, I think, is the natural and necessary kind of state of things. When we're in a Hanged Man period, now you could be in this Hanged Man period for any reason. Okay, when we're here, it maybe feels like we're on hold. It may feel like life is sort of, we hit the pause button on our normal life so that we can, feel this. But it's not a period of inactivity. It doesn't mean that nothing's happening. It means that you're working through these emotions, these feelings. And really it feels to me like it's strongly connected with, of course, the 3 and the 8. because it feels like mourning with the Eight of Cups, right? It feels like a sadness that is sinking, it's getting deeper, and it's kind of that we, and maybe, again, maybe this is like the birthday or the anniversary, or it's kind of like it's come back around again, and so we're feeling this again. The Three of Swords, of course, is the memory of the thing, the memory of the person, the memory of what happened. Okay. And I don't. Did they have a pet snake or something? Because the Spirit's showing me a snake in like a terrarium kind of thing. I don't know if they had pet snakes or if there's something about the snake or the serpent that was in some way associated with them. Yeah, and a strong connection with water. I feel like they were a sailor, or they were on a boat, or they liked boats, or they liked the ocean, or something like that. Yeah. The Lust or Strength card down at the bottom of things here. I feel like this, it could be related to this person that we're talking about. I feel like this is also part of your energy. And I feel like this is the passion for which you approach your life. This is the vitality, the robustness with which you pursue your goals in life. The way that you sort of navigate these decisions and choices, and the way that you sort of are able to to make some headway in your life. I feel like you do it with a lot of strength and a lot of energy. There's confidence here, and I feel like in some way this person inspired some of this confidence in you. So I feel like there's an overlap here. I almost don't know if it's I don't know that it's a spouse or something. It feels like, I don't know, it feels close to you in that way, but not, it doesn't feel like it's a romantic thing necessarily. Yeah. Kind of feel like it's a sibling, or it's like a slightly older cousin, or something like this. But it feels like this is kind of something that you've pushed aside now. This creative energy, this vitality, this robustness has given way to our Hanged Man. Okay. So, the Knight of Pentacles in the past here, in the what's behind you, right, is your ability to plan for the future. And I think this is a quality that this other person had, and I think that they sort of established something so that after they're gone, something gets taken care of. Does that make sense? And so it could be that they sort of knew something was going to happen eventually, so they they did a will, or they left some sort of stocks, or something like that. They had some sort of a savings account, or something to sort of ease other people's burden, right? Life insurance, right? Something like that. I feel like this card is also about you and your long-term plans that are now sort of hit the pause button. Okay. I think that you have big plans for your life. I think you know sort of exactly where you want to be in the future. You have goals. You have goals. And I feel like this person, of course, they want you to pursue your goals. They want you to feel alive and feel the robust energy of the Strength card, and they want you to, to move steadily into the future with, with power and assertiveness and confidence. Yeah. Now, you had a fall from a bicycle recently or something? Or there's something where you lost your balance and you fell over. You weren't hurt. You weren't hurt very, very badly, but it's kind of it was kind of like it was an abrupt moment, right? Got your heart beating, right? But you're okay. Sometimes these sort of details come through, especially in a reading where I'm kind of getting another energy that's very very close to you. It's still with you, and I think that happens more when I feel you're in a very intense emotional state, and so I can kind of sense some of the energy that's around you. And these details are sometimes a way of sort of validating the energy that we're in, right? And if those details aren't meant for you, don't worry about it. Leave them for the next person, okay? I don't think that there was a long, drawn-out illness or anything like that. I think it was rather abrupt. And it was kind of, I feel like there were some things that you never really got to say to them. Maybe an appreciation that never really got expressed. But they know. Okay, they know. The Eight of Cups at the top, of course, is sort of, it's the feeling that there's hopelessness, right? The feeling that there is despair. It's the sort of sinking feeling that we get in our gut. And I kind of feel that this is a bit of a cycle. And that's why I feel that it kind of is something that happens on a yearly basis, or maybe it's just certain things sort of remind you of the energy or something like that, because I feel like we sort of start out here, and maybe in a way, right? That there's this vitality, there's this ambition, we're pursuing our goals, we're focused on the future, we're doing it, and then something happens and the water starts draining out of the tank. It's like something springs a leak and the water starts going out. And then I think we get into the memories. Then we get into the feelings. And we start thinking about this. So it's almost as if something else happened to you that then put you in this feeling where we're sort of, it's like you're mourning all over again, right? And so I feel that this happens every so often. I don't know if it's necessarily on a cycle or if there's just kind of something that may happen in the environment, an interaction with another person, or a word or a phrase or something, just something that sort of kind of puts you back in this energy. Okay. The Three of Swords is definitely about the memory and your ability to sort of reminisce, to recollect the person. Okay. And I think the good things as well as the bad things, that we're able to really put ourselves in that energy again. It's just really the way we indulge in our memories. And I think it can be a very positive thing. It can be a very healing thing when we're able to go through those memories of our time with a particular person, whatever it is, whoever they are, as a way of sort of, keeping their memory alive, that sort of thing. But a way of allowing ourselves to feel those feelings again, because that sort of thing doesn't go away. And maybe that's why it's sort of, it's coming around again. It's happening again internally, right? Maybe this was many years ago. It's coming around again, feeling it again, and then life moves on. We go back around the track, and maybe we heal a little bit from that. And it's kind of going to come back up again, and maybe we're going to heal a little bit more. Okay. But I think the idea here is to allow ourselves to eventually come out of this when the time is right. No one's rushing you. Okay, nobody's rushing you. Now, this person had an interesting connection with cinnamon, or maybe not cinnamon, but spicy food. I feel like they liked that. I don't know, and maybe they even did it as like a challenge or something, where it's like who can eat the hot peppers or the cayenne pepper or something. I thought it was cinnamon, but I think it's the spicy, And so I don't know if they had something like that, or that's something that the two of you would do or enjoy together, or something along those lines. Regardless of the situation that you are going through particularly, the idea here is to allow yourself to feel the feelings. We're honoring how we feel. We're not denying it, but we're realizing that this is, this is something that we sort of invoke mentally by bringing up these memories again, by engaging in that. And maybe something from the outside world sort of triggered it, sparked it. But then we allow that to take hold, and we continue that process. Okay? And I think it's a healing process. The idea here is that we do want to get back to that position, really back to these two, where we are We're in the creative energy again. We're back in the fire and out of the water. Okay, and now we're going to go over here and talk about more fire on the path of the serpent. As we do this, I would like to ask for your subscription. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. It is totally free, doesn't cost anything. And leave a comment. Let me know where in the world you're watching from. Yeah, let me know how you're doing. All right, let's talk about the path of the serpent. We've got the Eight of Wands. All right. And I think the Eight of Wands is the beginning of that feeling. This is kind of like, this is like feeling stuck, but also having that anxiety that it's like, we've got to move, we've got to be able to do something. And when we're in a situation like this, and now it's starting to remind me of my grandpa. Anyway, when we're in a situation like this, it's kind of trying to think of an example. It's almost like it's almost like somebody's got you in a hold. You know, I don't know if you do any kind of jujitsu or martial arts or grappling or whatever, but someone's got you wrestling. You know, when somebody's got you in a hold and you can't get out, and you almost start to panic because you literally can't move. You know, but you're trying, and you're kind of panicking. I get that feeling with the Eight of Wands. I get the feeling that we're trying to move, but we just can't right now. And it's sort of like we're battling that eight, right? Both eights of the Eight of Cups, Eight of Wands. We're battling the Eight of Cups because this sort of has us in the bear hug, but this is us trying to move, trying to get out of this. It's just like there's a panic that ensues. I think the idea here is to not struggle against it. Don't try to fight and wrestle with these feelings. Just feel them. Just feel what you feel. Yeah. Feel what you feel. And that's really kind of what we see with the Four of Cups. Yeah. It's just sort of, it's an acceptance. It's realizing that, hey, you know, this isn't exactly where I want to be, but I'm safe. Things are okay. Things will stabilize. Okay. Now, they're saying that you've got some sort of a tattoo or something on your ankle, right? They want to bring attention to that for some reason. I don't know if it's flower or butterfly. It's small, colorful, right? I'm being told to mention that anyway. I don't know the significance of that. But the Four of Cups in the environment is just kind of a tolerance. It's a acceptance. It is forgiving yourself. It is sort of saying, I'm okay with not being okay right now. You know? And that, I think, relieves a lot of anxiety, because the anxiety is kind of like, I should be okay. I shouldn't feel this way. I need to do something. I need to get out of here. I need to wrestle against this. I need to struggle against it. No, just feel it. It's okay to not be okay sometimes. Okay. Being told that you need to go grocery shopping. Your refrigerator is looking a little bare, right? You got to take care of yourself. And while you're in this state of things, when you're in this energy, you've got to remember to drink water and eat, feed yourself, take care of yourself, get plenty of rest. And it's difficult, but self-care is very important. And it's sort of, letting yourself feel this way. Now, maybe there isn't anybody that had passed that you feel this way about. Maybe that's not what this is about at all. Whatever this is okay. But you have to take care of yourself. It's okay if you are okay, But nobody's telling you to hurry up and get out of it. No one's telling you to stop feeling this way. The Eight of Wands is your general energy, right? It almost feels that you're telling yourself, I got to get out of this, but I can't, and so we're struggling against it, and it leads to that sort of panic, and we don't want that. So it's okay. I feel like things will be ready for you when you are ready for them. Okay. I don't know why, but I feel like the month of October is very important for you. Something's happening in October. Still a couple months away. Feels like you got some time. I don't know what's supposed to be happening in October, but it feels like a very good thing. Maybe it has to do with that Lover's card. Maybe it's some sort of an event. I'm not too sure. Okay. I'm getting the impression that you're visiting a lot of places lately, like the old coffee shop. Maybe you're visiting even a memorial, or the cemetery or something like that, right? Or you're visiting the old home, or you're just some spot that the two of you maybe visited together. I feel like you're sort of you're going through the motions of things, and maybe there is a certain ritual to some of this for you. Maybe this is how you sort of, in a way, celebrate or honor them and the relationship that you had with them. Okay. They're telling me that you texted somebody recently, but it was like the wrong person, and it felt kind of awkward, and it's just like there's no way to unsend it, and I don't know what you said, but it's just like, ask about the text message, that you didn't mean to send, right? I don't want to know. It's okay. The next card we see is, of course, the Knight of Cups. It's in the position of the difficulty. And I feel like this is the difficulty because it's the giving and receiving of love and affection. It's kind of like you're not ready for that. You're not ready to receive love. You're not ready to give it. You're not ready to feel it. It's just kind of, I almost wonder if this is sort of an idea that you haven't been ready to move on, that you haven't been ready to pursue any other kind of relationship. Maybe this is the loss of a spouse. And maybe the Lover's card really, for some of you, maybe this is it. Maybe this is kind of maybe October or something. Maybe it's just supposed to be like the fall time, maybe, or the Halloween sort of season, where something important is going to happen for you. And it's almost as if you are kind of feeling kind of guilty about it, or, honestly, it feels like somebody has, their spouse has transitioned, and it's been enough time that there's going to be sort of a new relationship or a new marriage, right? But there's still this desire and this need to honor the old one. Yeah. And that shouldn't cause you anxiety. That's okay. It's more than okay, right? And so I wonder if the difficulty is for you to sort of allow yourself to go ahead with this union, whether this is kind of allowing yourself to get into another relationship, or allow yourself to sort of to find a new friend, or to sort of to have a good relationship with someone else, whether it's platonic or romantic, it doesn't matter. Allowing yourself to do that because that's something that you need and want, while at the same time not feeling like you're disrespecting the relationship that you had. Okay? Because the Lover's card, it is about a union. And I think this is about some sort of, and there's something coming up, there's some event coming up about it. Yeah. I don't know if this, maybe it's a first date, maybe it's a wedding, I don't know. And so maybe it's this idea that this is getting closer, that we're in this energy now with this Hanged Man energy, and it's kind of like we're dealing with all of the feelings that are coming up again. But I think it's important that you allow yourself to do this. And this other person wants you to be happy. They want nothing else but for you to be happy. They're okay. And they want you to be okay. So this is something that you should definitely say yes to. Have you been noticing the lights flickering lately? I feel like the lights have been kind of flickering or going out, and I feel like candles have sort of been extinguished, even though there's no like breeze going on. That's them, right? That's them. They're just kind of trying to get your attention in a way. Right? And I feel with the whole their sense of humor. I feel like it's kind of, again, you didn't really always know when they were joking. They're saying most of the time they were joking, even though they seemed serious. But I feel like they sort of joke in a way that is like they find it funny, but other people don't. So it's kind of like they're going to flicker the lights and probably frustrate you, or the candle's going to go out and you're gonna get kind of mad, but it's funny to them, right? Something like that energy. Let's look at the mystery card. Yeah. Oh, actually, you know what? Let's do an empowerment oracle card first. Who's the picky eater? I think I'm being told that you're the picky eater. That they sort of will eat everything, but you're just kind of like, you're like picking stuff off your plate. Like, oh, that kind of lettuce. Oh, I don't want that on. You don't even want it near the rest of the food, right? Something like that. Empowerment oracle card. Here we go. The river path. I am adaptable like a flowing river. There are 100 ways I can reach any goal, and I move smoothly around obstacles to find my path. My hope flows eternal like a river. I like that. The river path. I think this is very fitting. I think this is really, really good. Gemini, I also want to point out that this is your power card. I know we overlooked that, but this is our superpower card. Ring the bell for you. Can't believe I almost forgot. I think the emotions of the reading, it slipped my mind to tell you that obviously the Lover's card is your power card. And so I feel that this is really about you finding that inspiration again and finding the zest and pursuing those goals again. By getting back on the river, getting back on the path, and flowing toward that union with your goal. Now, this I think is some particular event. Well, it might be something in university or something at work or whatever. I feel like it's sort of you, your long-term plans, and this is you achieving them. This is you coming into union, into a marriage with your long-term plans here, these two cards. And you should. You're being urged down the river, and you're being pushed sort of by this person down the river, right? To get to that goal. Yeah. Let's look at the mystery card. Still need a name for the octopus. Put that down in the comments. If you have a prediction for this card, put that down in the comments. They're saying that they could really use a cup of black coffee right now. They didn't take anything in their coffee, right? Just black. Yeah. Mystery card. Maybe a court card. I'm thinking a court card. If anything, I'm thinking maybe a... I don't know. I'm kind of thinking a prince of. I'm thinking either Prince of Wands or the Prince of Pentacles, but I can't decide which one. I don't know. If you have a prediction, put it in the comments. Let's take a look. Oh, it's the moon. Yeah, it's the moon. The moon is kind of showing that there is a big transition in your life right now. That there is a big, you're sort of at the threshold of something, and I feel like that's kind of what this Lover's card is all about. That there's something big for you, and it's kind of just like, maybe we're going through this feeling like, I wish you were here, or, I'm sorry, but I'm going to go do this, and they are with you, and they want you to go do it, okay? So it's like there is this kind of fear, or this confusion, or even this guilt, or something like this, or somehow something feels wrong. It's not wrong. Right? It's not wrong. You may not be able to see the same future, but the future is bright. Okay? This is a dark doorway. This is sort of a future that maybe at one time we thought we saw everything that was going to be for us. We had this whole picture of life drawn out before us, but we lost that picture, right? That picture It's something happened. It's not there anymore, right? And since this happened, I feel like you haven't been able to really get a clear vision of your future. Because that's what the Knight of Pentacles does anyways, tries to get the vision of the future. And maybe all you see is that dark doorway. Well, the dark doorway kind of requires you to just trust that your future will be what it's meant to be, and you will be fine. Yeah. And you will be happy. Your cups will be filled. And things are going to get better. Okay? Now we're going to move over to the extended reading. If you want to join me for that, and I think you should, there is a link up top. There's one down below. New readings for you, Gemini, are on Mondays and Fridays. Be sure to watch both readings. Okay? If you have not subscribed yet, please do. It's important that we support all of the YouTube tarot readers, not just your favorite channel, mine, but everybody, right? All the readers that you love and appreciate, show your support, okay? We need it. It's tough out here. All right. Leave a comment and let me know where in the world you're watching from. I want you to know that you're the most important part of Dove and Serpent Tarot. I thank you and I love you, and we're all in this together.